Hey, I'm Rob Sims, former Detroit Lion, COO of Primitiv.
Rob, Primitiv has always emphasized wellness and quality. What does getting back to your roots as cultivators mean to you?
Yeah, I think it's just all about what got us here in the first place. You know, me and Calvin both left the NFL. This was new to us, and we laid a lot of building blocks to get us to where we are now. So I think just going back to what we started to do in the very beginning, I think you know, this industry has a lot of ups and downs, a lot of roller coasters, and you know, we were chasing certain things with marketing and retail. We started and all kind of things. So I think just refocusing on the thing we started with, and that was cultivation.
Rob, how do you and Primitiv define premium cannabis in 2026?
You know, I would just say consistency is the biggest thing. I think me and Calvin growing up as being professionals, we know what that means. That's just day in and day out, making sure our team is focused on doing the right things, making sure the plants are being taken care of the right way. And you know what I mean? I just continue to strive for that excellence that we're all searching for.
Rob, you mentioned getting back to your roots. As a founder, how do you balance the business side with staying true to the craft and the culture?
You know, I think around here a lot of times, and what we used to talk about when we were playing football and things would go awry, it was all about getting back to the fundamentals. So that's what we try to focus on here. Yes, business is going to come, opportunities will always come for us with Calvin and myself with our platforms, but just always focus on our team first, our personnel, and and really just that attention to detail.
How do you see Primitiv's new strains shaping the brand's future?
Well, I think the refocus and going forward, right, and our attention to detail on our new strains and how we've been hunting for our new strains. I mean, Calvin's been all over the country looking for new strains. I just think you'll see that dedication, and I think that will come out in the strain. And I think you just won't see it here in our grow room. You're going to see it go into our dry and cure. You're going to see it go into how we manicure the plant, how we package the plant, and how we get the message out to the consumers of what we got.
Rob, we'd love your take on this. What inspired the new Hall of Fame strain?
I mean, look no further than number 81. You know, he's our Hall of Fame guy. He's our Hall of Fame bar. I think the one thing about Calvin that I saw as we were playing, it was just his attention to detail and the preparation. We've kind of adopted that here, making sure that we take care of our plants a certain way, that our lighting is perfect, that our mediums and stuff that we grow in is perfect, and that our team is cued in and always locked in. And he always gives us a great bar for us to hit. And I know as a guy that was playing next to him, it made me better just watching him do certain things. So we're hoping that rubs off not only to our team, but into the plants.
Rob, we know Michigan's important to you. It's where Primitiv is from. How does the community play a role in the next iteration of Primitiv?
Well, for me personally, now I've got 3 young kids that have all been born in Michigan, even though I'm an Ohio guy, and their reputation is going to be some of the things that we build here, and I want them to be proud of whatever we do going forward. And I think, for me, that's always is the focus, right? We're not building for just right now; we're building for the future, and I just want to be able to be proud of what we've done, right? We didn't start as cultivators. We hadn't been cultivating for a long time, but we feel like some of those values we brought from the field, we're really starting to see it take shape into our work, and it's going to be good.
All right, Rob, last question here. Looking beyond in 2026 and ahead, what does success look like for Primitiv?
I just want to start hearing it from the community. Some of the strains we come out of late have really got really good traction. We've got a ton of brand new cultivators that we brought in. I'd say, Calvin's kind of been traveling the country looking for some new opportunities, and really just excited to bring those to the market. And more importantly, like I said, from growing in the propagation room to putting them in our flower rooms to dry and curing to manicuring to packaging them. We want the full package to really come out when people use our products and consume our products. So that's what we're looking forward to. That's what success looks like to me. It's starting to get those, man, you guys have really come a long way, which we're starting to hear. That's what it's all about, right? We didn't start on third base, right? And, me and Calvin had to build from the very beginning, right? We started off as very much as rookies in this business, and we've just continued to grow, and now we're veterans, and it's time for us to grow like it.